nice, functional, aesthetic penis. Can't be too small, of course, either. Uh, and first and foremost, an aesthetic body, okay? Fat is repulsive, not just to women, but to me as well. It's not hygienic. Fat is not hygienic. The Greeks were disgusted by fat. You look at all their sculptures, and they're all lean. They're all athletic. They're not roiders. They're lean and athletic. They're athletes. Okay? Because that's the kind of lifestyle they led. They were active from morning to evening. Athenians were all sailors, rowers, boxers, wrestlers, farmers. They had no time to put on fat. If you had time to put on fat, that means you were a lazy, dysgenic fuck. It's just like physiques. Men are obsessed with perfect. Men are very extremely neurotic. Men, not women. Women are not the ones that are constantly watching porn and scrolling through male fitness social media. No, it's all men. Men are obsessed with the top 0.0001% physiques in the world because that's all they watch. Lazar Angelov, Kalen von Moger, Chris Bumstead. Women don't even know who these fuckers are. They'll take one look at a picture and say, okay, he has a nice body, and then move on. Meanwhile, men are so neurotic and they're obsessing over who do you think watches more plates, more dates? Who do you think watches all those YouTube fitness channels? Women? No, it's men obsessing over other men constantly, and that's it. You go out into the real world, you go out on the beach, and how many fucking Lazar Angelovs do you see? You don't see any of them, or very few of them, in fact. Have a decent body, have a 4-pack, have some good proportions, and you're already in the top fucking 10, top 5% of men. And women will be more than grateful to deal with something and then have a functional penis. And don't be a spurg. I'm talking about gesture maxing. I'm talking about whores as well. And in general, men have become so neurotic because of the internet. And we put so much pressure on ourselves because of all the monster cocks that we constantly look at, and all the absolutely perfect physiques we constantly look at. Step outside. I've been on this sex portal now for 2-3 months, and I've scrolled through a lot of male profiles. And let me tell you something. It's not impressive. It's not Instagram. These are real men we're talking about. Okay? I'm talking about.
Attention all ladies. The Candyman is on the
Wait, what's going on, everybody? NPC the game live from Taiwan, the real District 13, Shaolin. I'm in the back rooms. What's up, Markella? Good to see you. He says, "There's no way I will let my daughter go in this man's crib." I think you're not alone. Shout out to Street Maxer, aka Maxed Extreme. Here's his channel. If you have the strong constitution and you have a willingness to learn how to mog Vegas style, go check out his channel. Hit up the likes, subscribes. Hello, Hank O'Flame, my friend. What's going on, mods? Shout out to Pittsburgh in the house. Shout out to Shadow Buddha in the building. Hit that like, man. You'll pass it on. Yeah. Yes, Sam. You said, what did Sam say? Wow, what a title. Yeah, today's good to see you, Sam. Is WhoreMaxxer, aka Extreme. Street Maxer, WhoreMaxxer, aka Maxed Extreme. Grace Thorpe meetup, which happened about a month ago. A little behind, but we're right exact here. Neptune in Aries, the visionary catalyst, mogging. What is mogging? Pushing it to the limits in terms of physicality, being as big, as strong as you can, mentally, physically. I'm going to ask a couple questions. In terms of this Neptune and Aries transit we're in right now, does WhoreMaxxer Max represent Aries or Neptune? Does Grace Thorpe resonate more with Neptune or Aries? And we're going to break it down, all down to the compound, the elements, right? Keeping it raw. I make sure everything remains raw. You know, Neptune, the planet of dreams and illusions, and spiritual fantasy, fog and vibes. Aries is a sign of boldness, fire, war, and raw action. And when Neptune enters Aries, we're going to get a mix of spiritual warriors, delusional rebels, and metaphysical egos all coming together. Yeah, all that good stuff. Shout out to Buy Me a Coffee's popping, so you're always encouraged to leave a donation. They're welcome. Shout out to Lady Luck for her. The other day I didn't get it, but say it $20 donation. And Sherelle Snow's $15 donation. Brian the Leo, $50 donation. Yeah. Much respect. Much respect. What's going on, Wheels? Can I be honest here? Yeah, what's going on? You always can be honest, for sure. My guess is Neptune, Max and Aries, Grace for the Iron. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, you see it, Hank. You see it, Hank. I saw this image and it did kind of resonate with the whole Aries, vitality, how you represent your sexual actions, along with Neptune, dreaminess, illusions, confusion, all that. Yeah. You said these two gross you out. Okay. Everyone has an opinion for sure. Yeah, you may not be alone, but sure enough, like these people have quite a few people that follow them out. You know, with the I'll call him Street Maxer. He he's had many channels. I mean, he's been on the internet for a minute. He's about a year older than me, right? He's 48, and Year of the Dragon. There you go. And I've seen different um versions of his content and stuff over the years. And I think he probably would have tens of thousands of subs easily if he didn't keep getting deleted his content. But right now he's monetized on YouTube. Uh, yeah, he's banned. You think so? I mean, he left a comment though. I put this community post and this video up, and like 18 seconds later, he left this comment. He said, "Well, I said I think I'm a combination of both love and war and sex, and as we are, a lot of us are a combination of a lot of things here and now." What's up, Zephyr? Good to see you. Yeah. What time? Oh, it's 6:18 a.m. over here in Taiwan. Yeah. So thanks again for stopping by. It's your favorite interdimensional navigator. And today I'm going to bring you the juiciest astro tea today and how it relates to what's really going on in your life here on Earth. And baby, it's time to talk about Neptune and Aries. That's right, Neptune and Aries, the dream weaver, planet of illusions, ideals, and mysticism. Neptune is shifting basically into the most boldest, most action-packed sign of the zodiac, Aries. It's like the shadows. It's like the sun sign, while as Scorpio's that energy in the shadow sign. So today we're going to break it down, what Neptune and Aries actually means, and the houses it hits for each rising sign, and the themes of Neptune and Aries, and even Gemini, which is it's hanging out conjuncting over there. So the exact date of this rare cosmic shift, it took place. It first ingressed on March 30th, 2025, and then think about what you're doing back then. Then it retrograded back into Pisces on October 26th, 2025, and it fully entered Aries back on January 26th, 2026, and it stays there until March 9th, 2039. These outward planets like Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto, they're so far away from the sun that their transits are very long and slow. And unless you don't have them conjunct to your like inner planets, people might not see it. Their transit it manifested in you. Because these are more what we call generational planets and the collective consciousness. But they still have pull on us, right? Because the self is definitely part of society, the collective, and vice versa. So that's a 14-year mystical style transformation, Neptune and Aries. And gonna go through all these signs. For me, it's gonna hit up my I have that Taurus rising, because if you can find out what your rising sign is, you can see what area of your life is gonna hit, which is all called the houses. And for me, being a Taurus rising, it's gonna hit my 12th house, this Neptune and Aries, which represent like mysticism and endings and hidden enemies, subconscious healing, and to basically just letting go of illusions and whatnot. So that's the deal on that. Let's see who else is here. You're exactly 12 hours off from me right now. Yeah, that's perfect, Hank. That's why I always set this on East Coast times. I set this pretty much the same time all the time for the last almost 2 weeks. Yeah, so my point is like so people don't stream on top of each other, but I guess there is quite a few people that seem to enjoy doing that. But hey, I want to give you a chance to let you know where I'm at. So yeah. So in terms of this, like here you need to be tutored. Yeah, I mean, it's just this astrology thing. The way I see it, the way it is it's just reading symbols, putting symbols on things that are allegedly above our heads, the planets, and seeing how it relates, using that as a way to relate it to our lives going on here. Because you can get knowledge of self through anything, through looking at a plumber fix your sink and they have the plumber's crack. You could probably find some type of knowledge of self and relate the symbol for what it means into your situation right now. This is just a case. Astrology is an archaic, meaning old way of like reading the psyche and psychological dynamics, right? Um, that's why, like, when you read a chart, a cookbook astrology, zodiac in the newspaper, it can resonate with you because we're all made up of all the stars and whatnot. It's just a matter of what you're going to put your attention on. Yeah. They're all loopy. I came in from. Thank you, Hank. Hey, man. He said they're all looping. Came in from something different. That's what we're doing. Trying to level up, at least while being entertained, is something that is beneficial, especially when you work hard like Hank does. You know? And myself, we want to, and Buddha and everyone else in the chat. You know, we want to get, hey, what's going on, Lady Luck? We want to get our money's worth. Shout out to Lady Luck in the house for all her support. Shout out to Lady Luck for the $20 dono on Buy Me a Coffee. She actually did more than that and is also a top second tier clone member. So shout out to Snow and Brian the Leo with the $50 donation for sure. Yeah. So we want something different. We want to be entertained, but also maybe learn something too. And I have to say, this whole hey, hola, brown boy. Same to you. Sawadee ka. Also, too, with this transit Neptune in Aries, it's definitely on the serious note. It's an era. This is going to be an era, the next 15 years of spiritual combat, as well as erotic confusion, identity battles, and mystical rebellions. These two characters in the panel verse, Grace Thorpe and Street Maxer, aka WhoreMaxxer, aka To the Max, aka Maxed Extreme. There's his channel right there. Scroll up, right? They definitely represent some of these archetype. You know what I'm saying? So we're here. You can hear me, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Fine. So we're here at the MC the Game live channel. We're gonna mix up the mystical with the messy, and we're going for full astro analysis in the panel verse on two wild live streamers who are definitely personalities in how they reflect this Neptune and Aries transit. And like I said, you can gain knowledge from witnessing the signs around you, mathematics and science, observing the signs of life. Okay, you can hear me good. He gives you creepy. Oh shit! Yeah, I never heard anything on paper about that, but yeah. So today's question is: does Max Extreme aka Street Maxer, represent Aries or Neptune, and does Grace Thorpe resonate more with Neptune or Aries? Okay, let's break it down. Let's see what the deal is on this stuff. Yeah. So, like I said, a quick refresher: Neptune and Aries is like the Neptune is the planet of dreams and illusions and spiritual fantasy, fog and vibes, and Aries is the sign of boldness and ego, fire and war. You know how you enjoy to represent your sexual side, and it's a mix. And when you mix it with Aries, we get a mixture of spiritual warriors, delusional rebels, and mystical egos, all in one. And first up is the Street Maxer. You heard of him, the man, the myth, the legend, right? Him was, as he says, a late night cardio session that the 40-year-old ladies can't resist. This is the Street Maxer, right? Shadow 9, Hank, have been knowing about him from the black pill sector. I would say he's definitely was influenced by Lux Maximus, who was on the audio clip intro earlier. And his number one priority is cooming, and as he says, having a life affirming, having life affirming experiences, which are orgasming and living a hedonistic life. Yeah. Thanks, Markella. Appreciate that. She said, no. Yeah, you can't handle that, man. What's up, Lindsay? Good to see you, Mod. Yeah. I had to get Street Maxer out to get you to come out. Good to see you. So we know about Max, aka Street Maxer. He's a myth. He's a legend. He's the orgasm oracle. His top priority is to be jacked. You know, he shoots steroids. He promotes it. He's loud. He's down with the sex workers, particularly as he says, it's nothing like once you go trans with a sex worker, there's no going back, you know. And he's living for that one sacred goal, you know, the climax, man. The climax, all capital letters, you know. So does Max represent? Look at that. So does Max represent Neptune or Aries in this cosmic combo? I say he's Aries turned up to about 11. If we're going out of 10 to 11, right? Why Aries? Well, he seems to be running on pure instinct, no filter, no shame. Put a 2 in the chat if you think Max is running with no shame right there. Yeah. Huh? AKA Street Maxer, huh? Definitely when I see the obsessing over the libido, that's that Mars energy on steroids. Okay. His identity is pretty loud and bold, and with all the neon lights, like club lights, it's definitely, and his thumbnails are great because it's like 80s, 90s style. Porn VHS girls. Yeah. There's definitely ego everywhere, Aries. And I never really heard him talk about, I don't know if he can speak better for himself, but he doesn't seem to believe in spiritual enlightenment. I think he believes he is the enlightenment. And you get the enlightenment through sex, through cooming, as they say, or as the younger generation says, gooning. And Ben, you cannot watch this till you're at least 19 years old. Well, he definitely has that twisted Neptune undertone too. You know what I'm saying? He's turned the orgasm probably into a religion, cooming into a religion. And the way I've heard him speak over the years about prostitution, it's like he's equated it to spiritual service. And that's a peak Neptunian delusion. And my final take is Max Extremes, aka WhoreMaxxer, Street Maxer, is the shadow Aries of this Neptune and Aries era. He's almost like a Martian priest who clutches a bottle of Cialis, and he's chasing divine climax in the fog of Coomer delusion. Yeah, but it seems like he's getting it though, man. Cooming was already a religion. Well, Street Maxer's version of that religion is definitely something that the world has never seen. You said thank you for MC taking the video. You want me to get that again for you? I can put it back up for you. I can put it back up for you. No, she said, yeah. No. Well, to each his own, ladies and gentlemen. So, up next, who's up next? Who's up next? The Scorpio sun sign. Grace Thorpe, the frog princess with a sword. Yeah. Is she actually a couple? Are they actually a couple? No, I don't think so. But I got some video on that. Let me see. She came by, I think she came by his house in Vegas about 4 weeks ago, it says, on his live. I got his channel posted right there. Here's what some of their interaction right here. Let y'all see that.
No, I asked them if you could hear it.
Put a one in the chat if you can hear us.
They should be able to hear it. No. Okay, he says no. Okay.
Stream is good. Okay.
REMAXXer's cheap mic. Well, yeah, this mic is not real. It's okay for like if you sit here, but it's not good if you go out. If you stream.
Yeah, help him get that mic. If you go over to his channel, give him a dono.
It just maybe does. I mean, even with like my phone is like it's not like a real good phone. Yeah.
What is it? A Samsung?
No, my phone's a Motorola.
Here, I'll let you sit here. This is your chair. I'll hold it.
So she actually came by his house, huh? To the domicile. Well, he's got a pool out there. He's like Twitch thoughting it up.
The link from the kick because there's.
Let's see.
A week.
Yeah.
And then then I just went to I think it's Grace, right? Well, you're probably jealous.
Sex pool. Wow.
You're
like
probably
Deadpool,
jealous. Huh? You know, you're probably very envious right now, which I don't blame you because I'm sitting here with Grace.
But I'm not gonna lie, OnlyFans is not the worst idea for somebody who's a streamer who has a personality because then people
because most of the women about OnlyFans. That's the question that most men ask a lot of women who are streamers.
Men have bad personality. They don't have no personality. They don't have a fucking personality.
Yeah.
This one I was talking to, this Lexi May, what a moron. An absolute unmitigated. I said, oh my God. I
just brainless.
Yeah, basically. It's like a bird brain. And I said, all right, whatever.
Oh, you got a donut.
Oh, thank you, Callum. Oh yeah, I know Callum. He comes from your stream.
Yeah.
Okay, what are they talking about?
For Mac or Cab for what? Yes.
I mean, you can see
wireless
her.
road mic. Yeah,
Those
I do
are
that.
really good. Wireless go-tos.
Or why, whatever it is, I'll plug it into your
I
ass.
think she was.
Craig, so we can juice that baby up. We can juice it.
So she ends up. They end up, having a good time or whatever.
That's what you are.
Then she ends up falling asleep on his
Because
couch.
see, I go to them, so I know what you say isn't true. Where's Ben? Ben is in Rhode Island.
Where's Ben? Ben's not even.
I believe he's still
Oh, Ben's not even there.
in Rhode Island. Are you worried about? I've heard you, you idiot. To be honest, I never thought I'd see Grace on the love chair. Yeah, I mean, what do you want, Keith? I mean, we licked panties together. I had Grace smell the glove. I mean, it's all on stream. It's on her stream. It's on my stream. People are welcome to. I don't care whatever they want to take and do with. That's fine. I don't care about that. So yeah, Ben is in Rhode Island. I wanted Ben Zaranthus to come to the swing club because that would be very funny content.
He really likes going to swing clubs. Yeah.
To be honest with you, most folks hit middle age, they stop worrying about whether. Yeah, well, I don't really care. I mean, Keith. I mean, my number one physician. I mean, I was literally. If you go back on Grace's stream on Kick, I was in my Speedo at the airport. Do I really give a fuck? Do I care what people think? Like these
I don't
other
think he cares, man.
morons? I
You
don't
think he cares?
Why would I care what they think? They see a guy in a Speedo. Okay, great. Did it end their day?
Oh yeah, he does.
No.
That's not good.
If you pipe Grace now, well, I ain't gonna be doing that. Yeah. I knew you would like to see it, you little filthy fuck though, wouldn't you?
Okay, here's so that's that's Max, huh? Here's some Grace Thorpe footage. It's called Grace Thorpe versus the black community.
So I understand what it is to be a black man. I think. Break it down. I think I'm the biggest nigga out there right now.
You killed your daughter.
Okay. The biggest, my nigga, Hank LaFlame with the $2 super chat. Hey, thank you, Hank. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah. They're just fronting. Those white folks are just fronting the Thorpes, right? You're the real deal, Hanky. Uncle Hank. Definitely.
My nigga.
I don't know whether to shake your hand or kiss it or bow or what. I feel like breakdancing.
Thank you, Hank. Appreciate it. Yeah. For the support, brother. Yeah. So yeah. This is a little sample of Grace Thorpe versus the black community, as the video says. Okay, let's go back to this.
This that primetime snow bunny pussy, nigga.
Wow.
You look dirty as hell, sir. So how in the fuck you gonna get up on here and talk all this motherfucking shit?
You fuck your daughter. Enough said.
You're a vile lying pig.
I'm a vile liar.
I'm the only real bitch out here. I'm the only real bitch out here.
Good movie, Will. Comes to
I wanted
America.
to put Ben in the cuck bus.
I have social skills. You know what I'm saying?
What about when you told that black woman she need to go back to the fields?
Well, she was being disrespectful.
More dancing, Markella.
You scared you're gonna start worshiping this white goddess pussy, ain't you, nigga? You scared. You're gonna be overwhelmed. You're gonna be dripping. You're gonna be so you.
What's up, Sasquatch? I remember you came like was it a couple months ago? You're like, I'm offended by Thorpe content. Yeah, but was it? I think you said too that actually you used to watch a lot of their videos, or you're one of the first used to troll them or whatever. Yeah,
You're gonna get lost in the sauce. You're gonna get lost in the motherfucking sauce. What's going on? I thought black men had game. What the fuck? I thought black men spat game. What the fuck?
Yeah. That's what it is. Black man spit game.
Come on, boy.
man.
Come on, boy.
Quit letting me down, bro. Quit letting me go.
Come on, boy. We ain't in the plantation no more. You can talk to me like a
Boy.
regular girl. You going back to the quarters, boy. You ain't done a good job. You gotta pleasure your missus. This natural Shaniqua, this that natural hair that you jealous. And I got that cute little white girl ass. Ooh, you mad. I gotta go, guys, but that was fun. I appreciate it.
All right. Okay, thank you, Grace. I
Love you
appreciate it.
Oh my God.
very much.
Nice LARP. Yeah, man. So I think that was like a year ago or something like this. This one is from a couple weeks ago.
Welcome to the jungle. It gets worse here every day.
Okay, so yeah. Well, yeah, the theme of today's broadcast is Street Maxxer, Max Extreme versus Grace Thorpe, who represents more than this current Neptune and Aries energy. We already said that the final take is that WhoreMaxxer is probably the shadow Aries of this Neptune and Aries era. He's definitely a Martian priest with a battle of clutching a bottle of Cialis while he's chasing the divine cooming climax in this Neptunian fog of delusion. So next up, we got Grace Thorpe. Now, Grace Thorpe is a live streaming girl with this intense dad dynamic. She's always streaming, always pushing buttons. She's got a fan army of simping boys who worship the mystery of her existence, man. She's that Scorpio woman, sun sign. She got that going on. Definitely got that going on. So I think the way I see it, the way we're gonna see it is, I think she's big Neptune energy. If we're gonna say is she Neptune or Aries, she's definitely big Neptune energy with that spicy Aries twist to it. And she's, in terms of this, analysis, she's definitely the queen of projection. Everyone sees what they want in her. And as for her relationship with her dad, Ben Thorpe, to a lot of us, it's very confusing. It's intense. It's almost mythical locale status. And it's a total blur of boundaries. You know what I'm saying? So she's moving like a character in her dream. I mean, at times she portrays herself as soft but provocative and vulnerable. However, she's always wanted to show you that she's in control. What's going on, OTW? So that's the Neptunian energy. That's the dreamy, soft but provocative, vulnerable but in control. Very zen. A lot of different things going on with that. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat. You said hi. You said, hey, NBC, have you watched my new video? No, I haven't watched your new video. What is it about? I got a heads up. Somebody was telling me that you and Cynthia were going to review something I said or something. Is that what it is? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. Maybe if I have enough time, we get through this real quick. Not real quick, but we can check it out. So I think Grace definitely has that Neptunian energy with the spicy little Aries vibe coming up. I dropped the link. We're going for about another 17 minutes, 16 minutes, before before I start my my lift off. Yeah, so I definitely see the Aries in her too. She's not afraid to stir up controversy. And I mean, for a lot of people, that's brave. And then you, as a YouTube creator, a lot of people don't even do that. They want to keep it simple and straightforward, which I respect. But I can also, it is what it is. If that's your bag, the chaos and the drama, you got to have courage to do that. I mean, she takes a lot of heat and seems to own her choices. I don't really hear her blaming people, even if those choices are messy. So my final take is that Grace Thorpe, has that Neptunian side of the Neptune and Aries transit, and she's living in this fog. However, she's playing chess with fire, and she's the oracle on that battlefield, and the girl who confuses you, and then she'll drop a red pill bomb that she learned from her dad in your lap. Maybe she learned from herself or watching you nuts. You know? Oh, let me see. Still standing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. That was good. Yeah. Yeah. I saw that. True Artist OTW. Check out OTW's channel. So can the mod drop his channel, his link? Okay. Yeah. So what does this all say? What do we say? You're welcome. So what does this say? Oh, I've been live in the streets since I seen your name on this YouTube streets. OTW. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, everything's worth doing. OTW News. There we go. This video still standing. Here's his new video. Check out his channel. I appreciate your raids when you get by OTW Live. There we go. Bam. Check him out, man. And he's leveling up right there, man. That's the new video, still standing. Yeah. So what does this transit say about Neptune and Aries? This transit is definitely bringing out spiritual Neptune, rebels, Aries, and ego, Aries, dreamers, Neptune. Some of them are these spiritual rebels and ego dreamers are chasing divinity through sex or gooning. Others are becoming living avatars of projection, and it's messy, it's mystical, and it's just the beginning. Right? So who do you think embodies this transit more? If you think it's WhoreMaxxer, Max Extreme, the Martian Messiah of libido, put a 1. Yeah. Or you think it's Team Grace, the Froggy Princess, the Foggy. It's not the fog. It was the Fog Princess. That's what I meant to say with the sword. The Foggy Princess with a secret blade. You know, put a 2 if it's Grace Thorpe. Who embodies this Neptune and Aries transit more? Let me know what you think. And just so you don't forget, Neptune is the planet of dreams and illusion, fogginess, spiritual motions and fantasy and vibes, you know. While Aries is the sign of boldness, war, ego, fire, sexual, raw desire, and action. and they're meeting up, and they'll be like this till 2039. Yeah, there you go. You think too? Yeah, you think that what's his name? What's her name? Grace Thorpe embodies that? Okay, I hear you. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Cynthia? Good evening. I think it has to be evening or good late afternoon over there in Texas, keeping it Texas trill. Yeah. I remember that Cynthia said like last week or 2 weeks ago, she's like, you play good music. I was like, oh shit. That's one of the best things someone can say, because sometimes I just do these streams because I want to play some fire music or something. Right. So you said the Fog Princess. It's the Fog Prince, right? Fog Princess. Right. So what's up? Excuse me. So tell me your rising sign. If you want, we got about 7 minutes, so 5 minutes. So drop in the chat. What's your rising sign, and let me know how you're experiencing this wild Neptune and Aries energy. And if you like the stream, subscribe more for some of this cosmic drama in terms of how the transits in the sky are relating to Earth, these earthly terrestrial interactions in the panelverse and beyond. And remember, don't get lost in the fog unless you bought a torch and some holy water, right? Yeah, I gotta say, like, you know, let me know what you got. What's your rising sign? Yeah. What's up, Cynthia, with the comment? She said, what's going on with the energy and when will it change? Well, this particular Neptune and Aries energy, it ain't changing until 2039. You know, we just got into it 2025, and it's a 14-year cycle. Each planet represents a phase of your personality. The inner planets, like closest to the sun, those represent more of your personal planets, how you think, how you want to be loved, how you go to war, how do you communicate, how you know, all that. While as you get farther away from the sun, those planets represent the collective consciousness and generational planets. And Neptune definitely is a planet of ideas. It's the planet of ideas. Because dreams is Neptune, an illusion. Dreams, most of our ideas come from dreams. And what happens is, as they travel through the Milky Way galaxy and in our solar system, those Neptunian dreams or ideas, they get hit by Saturn, which filters those ideas into hard work and giving you a structure to execute those ideas. And then it hits from Saturn, as it gets closer to you on Earth, it hits the planet Mars, which is straight action, working with your hands. And that's how you get it done. So Neptune is the dreaming planet in Aries, which is fiery and bold. And like I said, it started back on March 30th, 2025. It's going to be there till March 9th, 2039. And depending on what your rising sign is, it's going to tell you a lot about where that transit is going to affect you. So drop a dono if you really want me to go deep. But since you asked, Cynthia, I appreciate you asking. We like questions. Not everyone has answers. You got to ask a question. If you're a Virgo, even though this is not your sun sign, I mean your rising sign, your Virgos definitely sun sign. Well, this Neptune in Aries is going to hit your 8th house, which is Scorpio. 8th house has to deal with transformation and intimacy and financial entanglements, like partnerships and contracts. And it might have this like psychic depth to it, very deep thinking, you know, in your relationships and whatnot. Big transformative, a boost for you. Maybe you've already been experiencing it. What's up, Philip? How's it going? Yeah. Let's see. You're confused. I mean, to make it simple, don't overthink it. When I'm talking about these planets, just think about the symbols I'm talking about. because all this astrology game is just your personality. We're talking about your parts of your personality, right? To focus on, because even if we didn't mention astrology, and I said, think about a part about what you've been dreaming about lately, or your dreams over the years, and like how are they influencing what you've been going through, you know. Where is there some mistakes you've been making where you think something is a certain way, but this the way you were looking at it was maybe there was like some type of illusionary component to it where it wasn't what you thought it was. That's Neptune. That's all you got to do, man. Aries, OTW, you're an Aries, man. That's what we're talking about, boldness, right? That's why you were spitting fire the other day when you were going at the powder dusty. You were ignited. So the Aries people with the Aries, this transit's going to be hitting the first house of your identity and like how you see yourself and self-image, your appearance, right? And that's why some people have been really going through it, changing their appearance, either gaining a lot of weight or losing a lot of weight or yo-yoing, as they say. You may with this Neptune in your first house, sometimes you may be confusing. It might have one to be confused in their ego about who they see themselves as. It might not match up with how other people see you. So it's good to slow down and take a look at that stuff. Oh shit, this whole time I've been on mute? Jesus Christ. Pause. What I mean is fuck, man. I was saying the Virgos, yeah, this Virgo energy with those with the Virgos. Thank you, Hank. Virgo rising and Virgo sun. You're going to be dealing with this Neptune and Aries transit in the house of transformation, Scorpio, and it's going to really take a look at intimacy situations, interpersonal relationships, and financial entanglements are going to be focused on, like partnerships and maybe like wills and trusts and all that type of stuff, or just shared resources, right? And you're probably, if you using the right eyes, you're going to have some type of psychic depth to these matters, be able to look at it, Virgo, right? And then what I was saying about the Leo suns and the Leo rising with this Neptune and Aries transit, I would say it's going to cross your ninth house. With the ninth house is your area of Sagittarius. Machine Lies, for example, is that guy, Sagittarius. So the Leos will be focusing on, with this transit, spiritual adventures, right? Maybe going somewhere on a quest in terms of trying to raise your consciousness, higher learning. Maybe you're going to take some more classes or teach a class, guru worship or wisdom. You know, that's what I see with that. And OTW, and people are saying they're confused. Astrology, to make it plain and simple, is just one's personality on default. So when I'm talking about these symbols and whatnot and signs, if you just take what I'm talking about in terms of the symbols, what they represent. Like for example, like if we're looking at your dreams, look at your dreams, like and how they've been influencing your waking life. Are there illusions? Neptune is dreams. Pisces is dreams. Neptune. Are these dreams you're having causing you to look at things in an illusionary way? Neptune, illusions, like not seeing that for what it really is, right? Is that what's going on? So listen to the symbols, what they mean more than anything, and relate it to your life. You know what I'm saying? So what's going on? Shadow Buddha in the building, bitch, with the icon. Mr. E, good to see you. So what's up, Phil? You're talking about the caps. That's the cap, raising the caps. That's all Aries, man. Oh man, yeah. Like I said, the Aries sun signs and rising with this Neptune and Aries transit, definitely going to get an overhaul of your identity, how you see yourself and your self-image. Chance for visionary rebirth, man. Confusing, and hopefully you'll get insight about not confusing when it comes to your ego, meaning how you look at yourself and how others see you. You know, hopefully that can match up, right? Aries will get definitely a boost on that. So with that said, man, this has been we're going over REMAXXER and Grace Thorpe meetup, Neptune and Aries, the visionary catalyst, and MOGGING. I think I said it earlier, MOGGING is just, physically and mentally just being as strong as you can as possible. That's definitely an Aries trait. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Lady Luck with the donos. Actually, I think she's in the last month. She's donated like 20, at least on the buy me a coffee, at least $35-$40. Appreciate that. Not to mention the YouTube, right? Shout out to Kevin, to Marathon Kev, Sherelle. What's up, Cynthia, too? I never thanked her for that. But she gave me that 15 dono, right? Dimitri, yeah, all that. Mel Pandora, Hank with another $2. Did you do Leo Rising? Yeah, I did it. I'll do it again, man. We can hit that again before we pimp off. Yeah, Hanky. The Leo Rising is going to hit the Neptune Aries transit's going to hit your 9th house. 9th house represents in your psyche far trips and higher learning, right? Trips overseas. And that can be trips in the mind. So in the coming 14 years, in terms of your Leo rising, we can see spiritual adventures for you, maybe making a pilgrimage somewhere. And spirituality can mean many things for someone. I think this means being in touch with your innermost self and experiences. So Leo's rising and sun side, that higher learning is going to be a thing. Maybe you'll take some more classes or teach some classes. Guru worship or wisdom might come into your life unexpectedly. Yeah. So yeah. Oh shit. Shout out to Cynthia. Keep being great. Appreciate you. That's very kind of you, Cynthia. Wow, very generous. Very generous. People are very, very cool, man.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Thank you all. Your love has broken the curse and freed my soul. I'll never have to kill again. Really?
I'll be a good boy now, Cynthia. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So Virgo, like Cynthia with the dono. So yeah, the Virgo is gonna hit your 8th house, Cynthia. Rising sign. Transformation. Yeah. That's core. Intimacy. That's the 8th house, Scorpio. The urge to merge. And like I said, financial entanglements. Something to keep in mind. Joint finances with people or contracts or whatnot. And you're gonna definitely have this psychic depth to you. Scorpio, psychic. Depth. No, Scorpio is more the depth, going deep into something. And the psychic would be the Neptunian. And you pair that with your Virgo sun sign, analytical mind, you're definitely going to be in for some epiphanies, which can be a catalyst for deep transformation in your life. It's probably already happening, right? Oh, you're okay. You're Libra. Okay, you're Libra rising. So if there's Libra rising, this Neptune and Aries transit's going to hit your 7th house, which is Virgo, right? So with the Libra rising, Neptune and Aries is going to put a spotlight on idealized relationships. How which is funny because like you were talking to me, we were talking about like you were like be careful who you idealized or pedestalized, my word, right? And that's true, man. So that'll put a spotlight on that. Idealized relationships, spiritual partners, right? Spiritual partners. I'm gonna say it again. Spiritual partners, Libra rising. Codependent partner patterns too. Either ones that you're doing or people are doing to you. You're gonna get like the special power and be able to see that if you haven't been seeing it already. All right. You just learned that 5 minutes ago. Yeah, aren't we both, man? I'm glad like we talked this last week because in that situation I've definitely learned a lot. And for the better, And I'll talk about it more. And I thank you for coming up here. Yeah, and building with us. And to everyone, I'm gonna go get Ben. This channel is mainly for Ben. It's my record, my journal of my friends and acquaintances, so he can look back when he's older if he chooses, and he can maybe learn from it as he cultivates his tribe or culture of excellence, or if he's a spiritual guru, maybe his cult. We'll see. With that said, yeah, you too. Yeah, we see. We're on the same path, sis. Yeah. So with that said, I'm out. I'll be here tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern till around 7 p.m. Eastern. Right? I'm in a good mood now because I got class today and tonight, gonna teach, and then we got a 4-day holiday, Dragon Boat Festival. Just remember, bro, we're talking Neptune and shit. Hey, Markella, much love. Have a great day. Yeah, for the rest of everyone. Enjoy. I know you guys had the Memorial Day holiday in the wilderness of North America, but this is how we used to do it. Shout out to Cynthia. I think you'll appreciate this song right here. Peace, y'all. Neptune and Aries. NBC the game. Be good to each other. And have fun. All right?
I'm serious. Make a few wins as I
Yep. Oh, yeah. Don't forget, man. Woman, Wheels is going live in 30 minutes. Hit the link. Hit the link, man. Shout out to Wheels. Sub up to her. Definitely going to be a special broadcast. As this one was. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. See you at Wheels in 30 minutes. Hit up the link. Peace. NPC the game.